turned the rain to a rainbow when I was living in the blue.
Charli stuns on the dance floor, so much so she brings one judge to tears on the semifinals episode of Dancing with the Stars. Hey everybody, it's your host Blakely McHugh and welcome back to another Shared News update. Before we dive into Charli's performance, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss any of our Dancing with the Stars coverage. The semifinals are no easy feat. The contestants have to perform 2 full routines, but who better to do it than Charli D'Amelio? For her first performance, Charli and her partner Mark Ballas performed the Viennese Waltz. In the opening package, Charli shared how much this competition has really meant to her, admitting that she's found pieces of herself that she didn't even know were lost. Now, not only is this week tough because it's 2 performances, Charli's body is also hurting. She said she has an infected ingrown toenail. And if you know anything about ingrown toenails, those bad boys hurt, especially if they're infected. And just like everybody else, her body is just tired, but you would not know it by watching her on the dance floor. Her waltz was so magical and beautiful and moving and powerful.
Sometimes I look in her eyes and that's where I find a glimpse of us. And I try.
Mark and Charli were both in tears, feeling the emotions when the routine came to an end, and they were not the only ones. Carrie Ann was moved to tears as well, saying that was perfection on top of perfection. Lynn said it was so good, it literally took his breath away, and he says he has no words that could sum up how good he thought the dance was. Bruno said she dances like an angel and will go down in history as the best Viennese waltz on the show. Now for round 2, Charli had to attack the Paso Doble, a much more intense, fast-paced, less vulnerable dance than the waltz. And considering this dance requires much more passion and aggression, it's a little out of Charli's wheelhouse, admitting that that's just not her. But when Charli hits the dance floor, she can turn into anybody, all right? The music started and Charli was off with a solo opening performance. It just literally took your breath away. Once it was over, Carrie literally got out of her seat to hug Charli and said, quote, "I do believe that your perfection is another level, madame." Lynn was basically speechless, saying it was fantastic. Derek called the routine iconic, and Bruno called it a triumph. Now, we did learn once the performance was over that Charli had fallen in dress rehearsals that day for that specific routine. And I don't know if anybody noticed, but she seemed a little bit more tense after the routine, a little less happy, a little more nervous. I think maybe because of that, she was like, wow, I did it, thank goodness. I'm not sure if anybody else picked up on that because she just did it so well. Charli scored perfect scores for both routines, bringing her total score for the night to an 80 out of 80. That tied her for first place with Gabby Windey, and no surprise here, but she is headed to the finales. What did you guys think of Charli's performance? Are you happy that she's made it to the final episode? Let me know your thoughts down below. But of course, before you do that, you've got to give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ring that bell so you never miss any of our future videos. I'm your host, Blakely McHugh. You can see my social media handle on the screen. Drop by, give me a follow, and say hello.